Hey, my Liptons. Well, I know it's been a minute. Well, not a minute, because it's been like 4 days since I did my last video. But you guys definitely go check out my new video. It's about student loan debt and that sort of thing. Okay. I want to get to this story. Because I didn't cover this story when it first broke. It was just one of those things where it's just like, I wanted to wait because I wanted to see what the wrestling community had to say and, you know, podcasters, that sort of thing. So if y'all don't know who this is Tammy Sytch, aka Sunny, who is a former, WWE diva. She used to work in the wrestling business, yada 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 yada. So she's, been arrested, I believe last year. I think this is her 17th arrest or 18th arrest. I'm not sure. But yeah, she was arrested. Right now she's on trial for allegedly killing a 75-year-old man while drunk driving. Yeah, it was very horrific. It was insane. But honestly, personally, I think that I can speak for everybody within the wrestling community. I guess you can say that we weren't too shocked that this happened because, this woman, Tammy, has been getting into a lot of trouble for, I would say the last, 10 to 15 years, you can say. Just DUIs, domestic violence, threatening boyfriends, and it's just been a mess. She's been on drugs. It's a lot going on with her. And now, unfortunately, someone had to lose their life in order for this woman to be put away. And I hope that, Sunny gets put away. I hope that she does. She definitely needs to serve her time. She definitely needs to be there for some years. Personally, for me, if you kill somebody, listen, either intentionally or if you did it by drunk driving, obviously, you're drunk, and people like to use that use intoxication as an excuse to let them slide. But no, I don't know. If you willingly go into a car knowing that you're drunk, you don't call an Uber, you don't call a taxi, you just willingly get behind the wheel, you deserve to get some. As a matter of fact, I think that she should serve life in prison, if we're gonna be honest. And I know that I don't know how many years they're trying to give her, but I do know they're trying to give her I had to look at it, but I think maybe close to 30 years. I'm not sure, and she should serve all 30 of them. She should serve all 30 of those years if they do end up giving her 30 years. Personally, I think that she should be there for life, but that's just me. She's been in a lot of trouble. And she looks real devilish in this picture. I'm not even gonna lie. This mugshot looks real devilish. That's why I want to be quick with this video so we can move on. But here's the thing. This is the reason why I wanted to do this video. So I sat back and, I was watching commentaries because I wanted to see what some particular people, and obviously those people are, Jim Cornette, particularly, because I wanted to see what he had to say. And I wanted to see what Jim had to say, and I wanted to see, who else? I wanted to see Sportskeeda, what they had to say. Sportskeeda tends to do news on everybody. I just wanted to see what the people who cape for Tammy, I wanted to see what they had to say. So mostly Jim Cornette is number one on that list. And the reason why I say that is because Jim Cornette, and I like Jim Cornette. I do. I listen to his YouTube, I follow his YouTube channel. I think he's funny. There are certain things I disagree with him on, and there are certain things I do agree with him on, but I do respect his opinions and his perspective. I noticed that Jim Cornette, he's tough on a lot of people, and I said it before in my previous videos. I think that, the hate that Vince Russo gets is a little bit too much now. It's okay, y'all only pointing out his flaws, but y'all don't point out the things that he's actually done right. And, Jim Cornette is one of those people that harps on, the flaws of Vince Russo. Jim Cornette is someone who's not a fan of Sable as well. You know, he any chance he gets, he'll make a video of Sable, child. So that's another one too. You know, he complains about how she should have never been in the wrestling business, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. You know, she wasn't attractive, yada yada. Like he would say things like that. But I noticed with Sonny, yes, he did make a video about it. I think he made like 2 videos, and that was basically it about this whole situation. And I found that real funny because it's like, if it was anybody else, if it was about Tony Khan or Vince McMahon, or even what Vince McMahon is going through right now too, you know, Triple H, whoever, Vince Russo, Sable, Brock Lesnar, whatever, he'll make tons and tons and tons and tons of videos. But when it comes to Tammy, he only made 2 videos based on like her whole like alleged manslaughter case. And I don't know, I just feel like I want people to keep that same energy when it comes to Sunny. I do. Like, I feel like, while yes, you know, she was good at one point in time, you know, she did her thing in the wrestling business, she did what she had to do. She, you know, pretty girl, listen, go back to how she, you know, Sunny used to look. Sunny was a very pretty girl, you know, like a girl next door kind of vibe. But I feel like for me, the only person that's really been keeping their foot on Tammy's neck is Solo Monster. Shout out to Solo Monster and his YouTube channel. And, you know, Dutch Mantel, I would say. He's another one too that's been, like, you know, reporting on it, saying like, listen, like, this girl gotta go. She gotta be put in jail. At the end of the day, I lost my granddaughter to a drug driver, so I don't have no sympathy for them. You know, even just Alex too, when the news broke, he did his videos about it. So it's like, I would say it's mostly those people. I'm actually surprised Vince Russo hasn't really talked about it, or Sportskeeda hasn't talked too much about it. But, you know, maybe that's for like, they're just waiting for the case to end. I'm not sure. But like, yeah, like, it's like Solo Monster, Dutch Mantel, you know, just Alex, that sort of thing. And I just feel like we really need to keep our eyes on this case, because I think that Tammy has talked so much shit. This woman has talked so much shit on the internet, like, just about other people, and like about, you know, talking about the different men that she slept with, and talking about, you know, the divas of today's, their looks, and, you know, talking about other people's looks, and talking about this person and that person, what they did, just pointing at everybody else's flaws. But mind you, at the time, this woman had a bunch of DUIs, was in rehab multiple times, you know, on drugs, drinking, never, you know, maybe she does take some personal accountability, but like, I don't see it as much, you know. It's like, it's basically like the pot calling the kettle black when it comes to this girl. It's like, she will judge everybody else, you know, she's another one too that doesn't like Sable. Listen, and one thing I will say, y'all can say whatever y'all want about Sable, and listen, I'm not, you know, obviously the biggest fangirl for her, but it's like, I call the facts like I see it. Sable, at least, is not out here having all kinds of DUIs. Didn't allegedly kill a 75-year-old man while drinking and driving. Is not out here, you know, on the internet talking about the amount of men that she slept with and this and that, and talking about her, you know, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Other people might talk about her, but she's not putting her business out there like that, the way Tammy is. Sable is happily married in her, you know, $1 million farm, and taking care of her kids. And Tammy's just out here wilding, you know? So it's like, who would you rather, sort of thing. And at the end of the day, I always thought that Tammy was always jealous of Sable. I think that she felt some type of way about, you know, Sable's third quarter hour ratings going up. I thought that she was jealous of Sable getting all kinds of Playboys and that sort of thing, and those Playboys being successful. So she always had a gripe to pick with Sable. But at the end of the day, you know, Sunny has never really, you know, she's never had to confront her demons. And hopefully when she actually goes to real jail this time, now I'm not talking about the jail that she's been in like for a month or two, like what they previously gave her. I'm talking about like going to jail this time for years. Like, she really needs to do some kind of self-reflection, because this is serious. At this point, this is not a situation where it's like, you know, it's her typical, you know, drunk driving and just, you know, her swerving on the road. No, girl, you allegedly killed somebody. Allegedly. Even though, you know, we kind of know, like, what you did. But yeah, allegedly. You allegedly killed somebody. A 75-year-old man, girl. You took a life. Allegedly. So you gotta go, sis. You gotta go. But I don't know. I just felt like, you know, Jim Cornette is no shit. And I like Jim. I follow his YouTube channel. I think that he's a cackle. I think that, you know, he's definitely someone who be having me, you know, he even making me laugh. I can't lie. Some things I agree with, some things I don't. But I definitely like to hear Jim Cornette's opinion. But I just don't feel like he has his foot on Tammy's neck the way he does for, like, everybody else. The way he does for, like, Tony Khan or, like, you know, AEW or something. Like, I don't think that he's really necessarily following this case like a Solo Monster is. And I think that is biased. I mean, listen, and Jim Cornette has a right to be biased. At the end of the day, you know, I think he's the one that brought Tammy up. He's the one that had her in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Like, he liked her. He liked her personality. So, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, if you're going to be a commentator, like, commentate on your fave too, Jim. Like, commentate on Tammy too. Like, you can't just be out here biased like that. I mean, I know you're biased, but still, like, you need to be following up this case. Every little update, I need to see Jim Cornette doing a video about the update. Okay? I need him to have that same energy for this Vince McMahon situation that's going on with him, to have that same energy for Tammy as well. Okay? And I'm going to be following this case. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. Hopefully, you know, this case comes before we have some resolution before Ramadan, because I can't really be out here gossiping like that. Maybe I'm gonna be more proper when Ramadan comes along, because like I'm gonna try to be like not as shady. But yeah, like I want the wrestling community to really have that same energy that they have for everybody else. Like I said, I think the Solo Monster is doing a good job. I think, you know, Dutch Mantel, Wrestling Inc., you know, they're doing their thing. Definitely the online print are definitely following up on this case, but I'm mostly talking about like the YouTube commentators. Like, I need to see more energy going into this Tammy Sytch's case, because I think that people let this girl get away with so much, and it's not a lot of eyes being put on what she did, because she allegedly took a life. So we need to have all eyes on this. So this is the latest update when it comes to her case. It says here, as for Sytch, her pretrial hearing has been delayed again as a request from her representation. The hearing will now take place instead on March 23rd, taking Sytch's whole situation close to 1 year. It's close to 1 year mark. The delay appears to be in regard to the status of several witnesses in Sytch's upcoming trial who are still scheduled to undergoing disposition. Listen, Tammy can fight this all she wants. Maybe she might. I don't know. Maybe she will. Maybe she won't. But I think at this point, the chickens have came home to roost, and I think that I think they're gonna throw the hand. They're gonna throw it at her, y'all. They're gonna throw it at her. I actually think this time Tammy is actually gonna go away for a long time, and she deserves it. Like, can we be honest? She's been arrested like what, 16, 17 times before this, for the same shit, like DUIs and domestic violence and all this stuff. So it's like, she has to go. She's a menace to society. And what happens with menaces? They need to, they need to be put behind bars. You can't do the time, don't do the crime. It is what it is. Anyway, please tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys feel like Jim Cornette's biased against when it comes to Tammy? Do you guys feel like he doesn't really keep his foot on her neck the way he does other people? How do you guys feel about the coverage that's coming from this case? Do you guys feel like, not a lot of people within the wrestling community is not really covering it as much compared to like a handful of people? And do you guys feel like Tammy should go away for a long time? What do you guys think? Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later.